Welcome friends to another video, welcome to another fragrance review. This time around, again, Acqua di Parma, but I'm going to talk about Colonia Essenza, a flanker to the original Colonia that came to the market in 1916. This one came in 2010, and this is a modern reinterpretation of the original, adding an interesting neroli note, but increasing the performance and the projection of the original. This is a very interesting fragrance. This is a very fresh, very clean, very soapy, very masculine type of scent, which brings a very interesting composition inside. Let's talk about the notes. We have lemon, orange, bergamot, grapefruit, mandarin, petitgrain, and the newly added neroli note in the top notes. We have rosemary, rose, jasmine, lily of the valley, and clove in the heart notes, and in the base notes we get patchouli, white musk, and amber. Therefore, this is the composition of Colonia Essenza, and compared to the original Colonia, this one actually has a very, very good longevity on my skin. It has really good projection, and the sillage is also, let's say, quite good compared to the original. And even compared to its brothers like Colonia Intensa, Colonia Assoluta, Colonia Pura, or Colonia Club, which I also own. I do have Colonia Club and Colonia Intensa along Colonia Essenza in my collection. Not a big fan of Colonia Pura, I don't know why, just it isn't my type of fragrance if you want. But out of the whole bunch, this is the best. If you're looking for the best performing one, if you're looking for the one that projects the most and stays the most on your skin, then this is the one. The main thing here is that you need to really like the neroli note, because this is a huge infusion of neroli. Not everybody likes neroli in their fragrances, and this one has a lot. It is often compared with Neroli Portofino from Tom Ford. I don't know why, because in my honest opinion, there is no comparison between Colonia Essenza and Neroli Portofino, especially in terms of performance. On my skin, Neroli Portofino is a 4-hour at best fragrance in terms of longevity. Projection is non-existent, and it simply is a fragrance that doesn't work with my skin chemistry. This one stays a lot more and projects a lot better. The opening is very interesting in Colonia Essenza because you get a huge overdose, if you want, of citruses, fresh, juicy citruses, zesty. You get lemon and bergamot. You also have mandarin and orange. You also have petitgrain, and you also get the neroli. The neroli note is actually the main accord, accompanied by all the citruses from behind, which come with their very fruity and very zesty nature at the same time. It's very fresh, it's very uplifting, it's very bright, sunny if you want, and very clean at the same time. The neroli note in this one features its soapy nature, so this one is quite soapy if you want. If you don't like soapy fragrances, then I wouldn't recommend you buying or even trying Colonia Essenza. It's quite harsh in the opening in terms of soapiness, but due to those citruses that come from behind and assist the neroli note, it manages to, let's say, recalibrate in the composition, and the extra soapiness or the sharpness from the soapiness, it's toned down very quick. Afterwards, you get a very beautiful floral heart made out of jasmine, rose, and lily of the valley, accompanied by a very beautiful and interesting clove note that simply ties up the opening to the heart, thus transforming the fragrance in something, let's say, fruity floral would be the best way to explain how the scent transforms. The florals take the stage with the citruses sitting behind and assisting all the floral elements. I like the rose in this one mainly because it isn't overpowering. It doesn't take control of the whole heart, the whole composition. So it's quite calibrated, um, and it's very, very elegant at the same time. Clean, fresh, elegant, but masculine at the same time. From behind, afterwards, comes the patchouli and the amber, and also you get some white musk that gives this fragrance its, let's say, classic vibe, specific to classic men colonias from the past. Therefore, for me, this fragrance it isn't leaning to the unisex side of things. That is, I've seen a lot of people saying. I don't see this fragrance being worn by females, to be honest, mainly because it has that patchouli and white musk combined with the neroli and the petitgrain from the opening, which are interpreted in a very masculine way. Think about if you want, I don't know, Pacoraban Puron, for example. Think about Tsar from Van Cleef& Arpels. Think about fragrances from, let's say, the macho period of fragrances, the 70s, the 80s, the first half of the 90s. And this is what you're going to get with Colonia Essenza. This is very good performing, as I said, on my skin. A very good projection and good sillage. Also, I find this fragrance to be best suited for all year wearing. It's highly recommended to be worn in hot days, especially in summer. I do see this one being worn in late spring, summer, and early fall, but from my experience with the fragrance, this is a fragrance that you can wear throughout the year. It performs great also in cold weather, at least on my skin. Projection basically is the same, so I have no issues in recommending this fragrance to be worn all year round. It's quite versatile. You can wear this one with every single type of clothing that you have, casually, semi-formal, or formal. Also, it's quite interesting to see how it performs on younger people, because this type of fragrances aren't the ones that younger crowds love nowadays. But I've seen a lot of younger people, younger consumers, actually appreciating how Colonia Essenza smells. Therefore, it's versatile. It's also quite flexible in terms of the group age. So I highly recommend it if you want to younger crowds, but also to more mature audiences. This is a fragrance that you need to test on your own, to test on your skin. Therefore, as always, I highly recommend that you buy first a sample of the fragrance, wear it a couple of times on your skin, see how it performs, see how it smells, and only afterwards, if you are satisfied with the results, you can go ahead and purchase a full bottle. From where I stand, this gets a full recommendation, and this is a fragrance that actually should not miss from a men's collection, no matter the, let's say, the collection, if it's a bigger one, a medium one, or a smaller one, or even if you are just starting up with fragrances and you want in the future to have a bigger collection. This is a very good starting point for this type of fresh fragrances made for men, and as I said, made specially for warmer or hot days. Nonetheless, this is a must-have in every man's collection. I highly recommend it. I also highly appreciate it. I'm a big fan of Acqua di Parma. It's my favorite house, if you want. I do love the Blue Mediterraneo lineup from this house. I wasn't a big fan of the Colonia lineup. That's why I don't own so many from this lineup. I only have Essenza, Intensa, and Club. But this doesn't mean that the Colonia lineup isn't good. Give it a try. You're gonna definitely like it. This pretty much does it for this video, guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your attention. I'm gonna see you in the next one. As always, be safe, be good. Peace.